I was just heading down a muddy back road. Didn't expect anything. Didn't see anyone. But then, 2 little puppies ran straight toward me. They were soaked, shivering, matted in wet mud, and then they stopped at my feet. One of them whimpered. The other nudged my knee, like he was trying to tell me something, like they were asking me for help. I knelt down to look at them. That's when they turned around and ran. Something told me to follow. They led me off the path, through the wet grass, toward a patch of land that had been washed over by the storm, and that's when I saw her, their mother buried in mud, up to her neck. Her body was completely swallowed. Only her head and part of her shoulder were still visible. Her eyes were barely open, her face coated in mud. She couldn't even bark anymore, just a faint wheeze, trying to stay conscious. The puppies stood near her, prying, pawing at the edge of the mud, but never stepping in, like they knew they couldn't help. But they were begging someone else to. I didn't wait. I grabbed a long stick from the side of the trail, tried to slide it near her chest so I could get close, maybe pull her out from underneath. But the stick began to sink, and so did I. The ground was too soft, too dangerous. One more step, and I might have gone under too. I backed off, heart pounding. I couldn't do this alone. I ran back and grabbed my rope from the truck, looped it, threw it around her neck, gently, pulled, nothing. She didn't even move an inch. The mud had her like a vice grip. She looked at me, not with fear, but like she was saying, please don't stop. So I called for help. They sent a crew with a small crane. The only way to dig her out was from the sides. Carefully, she didn't fight, didn't make a sound. She just held still and kept watching her pups. And then, after what felt like hours, we got her. She was covered head to toe in thick black mud. She didn't move much, but when she saw her puppies, she lifted her head and gave the tiniest wag of her tail. The puppies cried, jumped on her, licked her eyes clean, and for the first time, since this all started, she closed her eyes, but this time in relief. She was safe. They were safe. And I'll never forget the moment those 2 tiny lives led me straight to the one they couldn't bear to lose. Sometimes the smallest cries are the loudest call for love. If this story touched you, even half as much as it touched me, subscribe for more stories like this. Share it with someone who needs a little hope today. And stay with us for the next rescue that will restore your faith in kindness.